Cancer fighting starts with your food. Hey, Dr. Amy here, and as an 8-year cancer survivor, I know firsthand the power that comes with your food. In this video, I'm taking you through a full day of my anti-cancer eating, what I eat, when I eat it, and why it matters. So whether you're newly diagnosed, in treatment, or even years out from your cancer diagnosis, this video is for you. The truth is that your daily food choices have potential to reduce inflammation, to boost your immune system, and to help stop cancer from coming back. It's not about being perfect. It's about being strategic. Let me show you exactly what that looks like, starting with breakfast. Now, breakfast sets the tone for the entire day. You need it to be cancer fighting. So this means high in protein, high in fiber, and packed with nutrients. That's exactly why I start with overnight oats. This is gonna include rolled oats and a scoop of my favorite protein powder. I aim for a protein powder that has about 25 grams of protein per serving. I'm actually gonna link up my favorite protein powders for you below, so you can cut out the guesswork and get started right away. I also add in a handful of berries, like raspberries or blueberries. Then I sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top for a burst of flavor and for a punch of calcium. So few cancer survivors understand that cinnamon is packed with calcium. Of course, cancer and cancer treatment can be very challenging on your bones. So to protect yourself, use this simple strategy. Just a sprinkle of cinnamon for a bunch of calcium. Now look, like you, life gets busy for me, and typically there's a longer gap between breakfast and eating lunch. That's why in my overnight oats, I often add in a spoonful of almond butter and some chia seeds to help get more healthy fats and more calories. This breakfast is gonna hit around 300 to 400 calories, depending on the protein powder you use. You're looking at 25 to 30 grams of protein, 40 to 45 grams of carbohydrates, 10 to 15 grams of fiber, and 8 to 12 grams of fat. For cancer survivors and thrivers, it's this kind of breakfast that's gonna help stabilize your blood sugar. Plus, it's gonna prevent that mid-morning energy slump. This fights off joint pain and fatigue. After I finished treatment for stage 3 cancer, I was deeply exhausted, like deep down to my bones tired. Getting enough protein and fiber at breakfast was one of the first real shifts that helped me get my energy back. Now look, if you wake up with not much of an appetite, I want you to know that that is relatively common for people who've already gone through cancer or cancer treatment. So if that's the case, I recommend starting with a small protein bite. Something like a homemade protein ball with oatmeal, nut butter, flaxseed, but it just comes in a small punch. It's just enough to wake up your system, wake up your digestive system, and start the day strong. I have a recipe for my favorite protein bite inside my recipe book, Simple Cancer Recovery Recipes for Women. You can purchase it on the Amazon link below. Okay, but now on to lunch. This is something that needs to fuel you through the afternoon so you're not dragging. I like to keep it veggie forward, low in simple carbohydrates, and packed with protein. Here's a typical plate for me at lunch. I start with a base of leafy greens, something like spinach or arugula, or even a mixed green blend. Then I add in 2 protein sources. This could be like grilled chicken and pumpkin seeds, or black beans and feta, or tuna with a sprinkle of nutritional yeast. Then I add in 3 vegetables, all with different colors, like cucumber, tomato, and cauliflower. Then I add in a crunch element, something like roasted lentils, and I top it all off with a homemade dressing. It's so simple. Balsamic vinegar, grainy mustard, and olive oil. This is my standard lunch, and it's delicious. Altogether, this sits around 500 to 600 calories. And here's the breakdown. It's 35 to 40 grams of protein, 20 to 30 grams of carbohydrates, 10 to 15 grams of fiber, and 25 to 30 grams of fat. but they're healthy fats from like the olive oil or the pumpkin seeds. The purpose of this meal is to avoid that classic 2 p.m. crash. High fiber, low glycemic vegetables paired with healthy fats and protein to help keep glycemic control and improve your energy. This is what's going to avoid that blood sugar roller coaster. Okay, but there's more to it than that. You want to be cancer-free for life, so you need to eat strategically. This includes keeping a plant-forward diet. Using a variety of plants, like salads, gives you that powerful punch of antioxidants. It's that antioxidant combination combined with adequate fiber that helps you fight off cancer. One of the women that I support in the Cancer Freedom Program was recovering from breast cancer. She was constantly exhausted in the afternoons and deeply concerned that her cancer would come back. She rebuilt her lunch to focus on colorful vegetables and high protein, and within 14 days, she noticed a dramatic change in her energy. She said she does not need to take a nap in the afternoon anymore. She feels her energy coming back. Okay, but on to the afternoon snack. I like to keep this one satisfying, especially for that sweet craving, because I do have a sweet tooth. This one is my favorite. Plain Greek yogurt. Aim for 0 or 2% fat. A few pieces of fresh fruit like kiwi or berries. Then 1 to 2 squares of dark chocolate crumbled on top. This snack is balanced and comforting. You're gonna get 200 to 250 calories, 15 to 20 grams of protein, 15 to 20 grams of carbohydrates, and 8 to 10 grams of fat. The fat from the yogurt and the chocolate, it helps keep you satisfied, but the protein's gonna stabilize your blood sugar. Dark chocolate is also rich in polyphenols. This is a compound to support brain health and fight off that chemo brain. It's also going to reduce inflammation. You can probably already see from my day that I'm getting a lot more protein than you're probably used to. This is actually a misstep that so many cancer survivors make. When your body has undergone surgery and chemo and radiation, it's trying desperately to heal. The healthy cells are trying to fight back. In order to do that, it needs protein. It needs amino acids. If you do not give your body adequate amounts, your recovery will be delayed. Okay, so on to supper. This one is all about balance with a focus on vegetables. For this meal, I keep it simple but nourishing. Here's a recent supper that I made. Marinated chicken thighs, baked or grilled. Now, if you're gonna grill your chicken thighs, then you wanna make sure you grill them on a reduced heat and marinate them in something acidic, like vinegar or lemon juice. This keeps the cancer-causing chemicals that are created during the barbecuing or grilling process from sticking to your meat. Then I have a fresh side salad, arugula, cucumber, bell peppers, and roasted carrots with herbs. The general rule of thumb here is that half your plate should be vegetables, a quarter of your plate lean protein, and a quarter of your plate carbohydrates, something like rice or hummus or sweet potato. This meal typically lands around 500 to 600 calories. The breakdown's going to be 30 to 35 grams of protein, 20 to 25 grams of carbohydrates, 15 to 20 grams of fat, and 8 to 10 grams of fiber. This kind of plate helps fight inflammation, and it supports digestion overnight. It also helps you feel light and not bloated, which is great to help with your sleep. After my own diagnosis, I learned how sensitive our digestive systems can be to chemo and cancer treatment. If I ate too heavy or too late, I knew it right away. But when supper is colorful and clean and balanced, I sleep better and I wake up refreshed. Now, we have to talk about an evening snack, which is totally optional. But for many cancer survivors, a small evening snack can help prevent any kind of cravings. One of my favorites is air-popped popcorn. You can season it with nutritional yeast or a sprinkle of sea salt. It's light, crunchy, and family-friendly. This is perfect for a movie night or a wind-down snack. Popcorn's actually surprisingly nutritious when it's not drowned in butter. It's a whole grain packed with fiber and polyphenols. One serving is about 3 cups of air pop popcorn. This is going to be 90 to 100 calories, 3 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, and 1 gram of fat. This is not about eating more. It's about eating smarter. Popcorn helps satisfy your stomach and your cravings, that urge to snack. And it's going to do that without spiking your blood sugar and without pushing your calories too high. Okay, but what about dessert? Dessert is absolutely not off limits. But I want you to choose a dessert that loves your body right back. One of the top recipes that I recommend is the cancer-fighting chocolate brownie. They're made with ingredients like black beans for fiber and for protein, cocoa powder for antioxidants, and maple syrup instead of refined sugar. These brownies are rich and fudgy and deeply satisfying, but they're also blood sugar friendly and full of fiber. One square usually lands around 150 to 180 calories, but that's also going to include 4 to 6 grams of protein. I bring these to gatherings all the time, and no one can believe that they're good for you. And they're made from beans. The takeaway here is that you can enjoy those sweet moments in life while still reducing your risk of cancer. It's all about how you build the recipe and what ingredients you choose. I'm going to link up that recipe for the cancer-fighting chocolate brownie at the end of this video. Now, as a cancer survivor myself, I've eaten this meal plan well over 900 times. It's not restrictive. It's energizing and empowering. This day of eating for cancer fighting isn't just delicious, it's strategic. With every single bite, you're helping your body heal. Okay, but if you're looking for a place to start, I'm gonna link up that cancer fighting chocolate brownie right here. Click the link here and I'll see you in the next video.